Hi guys, welcome back to your own channel. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Today we will study A Triumph of Surgery written by James Harriot. Now I'm just going to give out some details of James Harriot, who is the author. James Harriot is born in Sunderland. It's a place of the United Kingdom. He used to be an animal doctor and he used to love animals as well as nature. So you will come to read most of the autobiographical elements have been used in most of his works. Here, A Triumph of Surgery, here too we will get to see there is a dog and that dog has gained much weight, and later on how Mr. James Harriot, author himself, cured this very problem of trachea, and there where the story ends. Now I am just going to explain step by step in detail how it happens, all this scenario, isn't it? So watch it till the last. Let me familiarize with some of the characters. Mrs. Pumphrey, who is the owner of the dog, Trachea. The author, who is a veterinary surgeon. Now veterinary surgeon, that means animal doctor who operates on animals. Okay, and then Hodgkin, the gardener. He works at Mrs. Pumphrey's house. Then Tricky, Mrs. Pumphrey's pet dog, this one. Okay, now at the very beginning of the text, how it starts, we come to learn about a street. There is a road where Mr. Harriot observes very minutely Trachea. Now Trachea is a dog of Mrs. Pumphrey. Mr. Harriot observes that Trachea has gained much weight, and that's what the concern of Mr. James Harriot. Now the author comes to learn that Trachea eats a lot of cream cakes, then chocolates, and most of the luxurious sort of way of living had been offered to him by Mrs. Pumphrey. He was overfed. Now he was given full coats. He was given different coats as per the different seasons take place. Just like a normal human being needs a pillow, he also was in habit of using pillow, then beds, then cushions. He also used to eat blotted sausage. Now blotted sausage means some kind of swollen, SWOLLEN, and sausage means any kind of meat that has been cut into different shapes and that is offered to eat to someone with some kind of spices. That's how the sausage means. Okay, then writer, the veterinary surgeon James Harriot, suggested Mrs. Pumphrey to cut down all the meals and exercise him, go for walks, as this kind of suggestions he gave to Mrs. Pumphrey. Now Mr. James Harriot learns that the dog started vomiting. The dog is unable to walk. He completely stopped eating. This is what he came to learn from the owner of the dog, and the writer ultimately got a call from her. When he got the call, when the writer got the call, he reached the venue where Mrs. Pumphrey lives. There he observes the situation. Now the writer advised that Trachea, the dog, should be hospitalized for 14 days. Fortnight is written, that means 14 days, 2 consecutive weeks, and needs to go through a surgery. And he also advised that perhaps the dog is in need to go through a kind of surgery. That means operation will take place. But in reality, that did not happen later on, isn't it? So when he kept on at his home, where most of the other dogs also do live together, there is a separate place, there is a separate garden has been maintained for several dogs, where Trekkie is also kept. So for 2 days, first 2 days, no supply of food was given. There was no supply of food was facilitated, was given to him. Only plenty of water was provided. Now on third day, as I said, that he was kept in a garden where other several dogs had been lived. There was a plate of meal placed, from which most of the other dogs used to eat. So he also tried to eat that particular meal that was available for rest of the dogs. So how it is elaborated in your book: Trekkie jostling, moving, pushing through his way for the want of food. That means like this sort of walking, like this sort of rushing was taking place with him, so as to get the meal, so as to eat something. Now later on, Trekkie since then began to indulge in other outer plays with other dogs. So his health condition, he was a sort of motionless. He used to be very motionless. There was no energy, there was no activeness in his body. Now he has started running here and there, and then he started playing with other dogs as well. That's how this kind of changes have been come to him. When Mrs. Pumphrey learns about the betterment of Trekkie's health condition, now he is out of danger, she started bringing fresh eggs, then bottles of wine and brandy at the same time. Now all these foodstuffs were meant to be for the dog only. That was given by the mistress, Mrs. Pumphrey. But then the doctor, our author, James Harriot, did not allow all these stuffs to eat. Okay, and who is going to eat? Trekkie. Now, as the author was getting all this kind of luxurious foods, he thought that let's distribute all these foods, all these luxurious foods, let's say, among the other people who were working there. And that's how they also wanted to keep dog longer period of time, so that this kind of foods may remain coming to us and we would enjoy the taste of it. Mr. Harriot, along with other staffs who work at Mr. Harriot's house, they all started relishing, cherishing, tasting all these foods. Okay, and wanted to keep Trekkie longer, so that this kind of foods may come in. So 2 weeks, this is how 2 weeks passed by. Trekkie now has become a hard-muscled animal. Lethe, he has become thin and flexible. Now he can run round the lawn with other dogs. Okay, then we come to read about a scenario where Trekkie sees Mrs. Pumphrey. Mrs. Pumphrey has come to take Trekkie. 2 weeks over, that's why. Now as when Trekkie sees Mrs. Pumphrey, he tries to fly into her lap, and Mrs. Pumphrey at the last time thanked the author by saying triumph of surgery. It means that Mrs. Pumphrey thought that because of surgery, because of operation, the condition of Trekkie has been improved. But there was no operation, no any kind of surgery took place. It was the mental way of sorting out thing. Then the dog Trekkie started feeling well. There was no physical aspect of operating in any which way, isn't it? So that's how the story ends. Each and every detail I have tried to explain. Wherever you feel doubt, do ask. Like the video, subscribe to my channel and give comments in the comment section. Thank you for your time.